Hello everybody and welcome back to Chris Bosch Props. We are going to start painting the TMNT head, the Raphael head, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. The first thing we're going to do is lay down a base coat. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and start painting and laying down our base coat on our Raphael head here. The paint that I am using is English Ivy Green Apple Barrel paint. This is a really good base coat. It pretty much matches what's seen on the NECA figure and similar to what's seen on the screen used suits. So that is going to be our base coat, and then we're going to layer it probably with some lighter greens. We're going to add in our freckles with some darker blacks and browns. So we're going to go ahead and let's lay this base coat on. Now, if you guys want to know more of the details on how I get the layers and whatnot, I already have another video painting a turtle head, and I kind of show you how I do the freckles and the multi-layering and whatnot. So we're not going to do that in this video, but I will link it below for you guys to check it out. So for the eyes, really simple. This is where the Bamboo P1S came in handy. Is I just used my eye and I multicolored with black and then brown, so that's not even painted. We're gonna put a clear coat on it, and the clear coat that I'm gonna use is Duplicolor 1K, and I like it because it kind of yellows a little bit, so it's gonna make this eye just look a little bit more realistic. We're gonna go ahead and clear coat these eyes with this Duplicolor 1K clear. I already shaked it. I already shaked it for about a minute here. And you can see it really gives the eye this wet look, and then it's going to kind of turn yellow on me a little bit, which I'm going to like because it makes the eye look more realistic. Unfortunately, for a 1K clear, it takes, I don't know, like 48 hours for it to really fully dry, but when it does fully dry, it's going to look really good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and paint these teeth. It's really hard to paint the teeth. My airbrush keeps blowing it away even with low air. So we're just going to kind of do it by hand, let it dry. I'm just using an ivory colored acrylic mixed with a little bit of brown acrylic to give it that color that you're seeing here. You can kind of see. So I think we're gonna get the turtle head about as good as it's going to get. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna go ahead and seal it with some acrylic sealer, and that's gonna give it an even more realistic sheen. But yeah, I'm very happy with all the little freckle detail that I was able to achieve. I really didn't want to overdo it. Some of the turtles have quite a bit of freckles, some don't. It just depends per turtle. But I think I did enough to get the point, so I'm going to go ahead and seal him up and call it good. So we got everything painted up. I'm happy with it. We just need to add in the eyes. Here is the after effect of the eyes of what I was trying to do earlier in the video. After the clear coat kind of cures, you can see just how glossy and pretty that iris looks. It still has that 3D print effect, but it kind of gives you the illusion. Pretty cool for a 3D print. I wanted to keep this as 3D printed as possible. Yes, I could have bought some doll eyes or something, but I want to show you guys how realistic and how awesome you can get just a 3D print without using too much extra materials to fill in the gaps. Here's the teeth, the color that I used, really happy with that. It's a very clean version to what we see in the movie. But yeah, I need to get these in, get the bandana set, and it's done, at least for the head. Okay guys, we're about to attach the bandana fabric to the turtle here. The adhesive I'm going to use is this Aleene's premium quality clear gel tacky glue. I like it because it's not absolutely permanent, but it's also, the bandana is just not going to come off easily. So if I ever needed to change it or it got faded, it would easily come off, but it would still keep it on there for probably as long as I need it. Don't think I'll need to change it, but I didn't want to use like a 3M, like a permanent solution. I wanted to be able to take it off if need be. So this tacky glue almost acts like hot glue, but a little bit stronger. So that's what we're going to use. We're just going to lightly brush it on the raised or the modeled in bandana area, and then we're going to kind of press the fabric in, and then we'll trim it as needed once we get it on there. So yeah, let's start it. So I'm just putting it on a paper plate here. I don't want to really put it on the turtle. It takes a while for this to fully cure, so I have plenty of work time. So I'm just going to start up in this area. And I'm just going to kind of apply a thin coat. Get around the eyes there. Just a thin coat. Just enough to press it down to get it to stick so I can work with it. So I'm just going to kind of tack the bandana on so I can work the eyes at least on there. And then I can keep moving as I go along. So here I'm just trying to set the eyes. Make sure when you're starting this that you set the eyes first, because if you don't, if you try to set other parts of the bandana, it's going to throw the eyes off and you're not going to have enough material to press into the eyes. So make sure, start with both the eyes, trim up, work, glue as needed, then work the rest of the bandana as you go along. Here I'm just using some fabric scissors, like some stitch scissors, to get in there and really cut the fine excess off and get it nice and straight as possible.
Knowledge and peace. I have tried to channel your anger, Raphael, but more remains. Anger clouds the mind. Turned inward, it is an unconquerable enemy. You are unique among your brothers, for you choose to face this enemy alone. But as you face it, do not forget them, and do not forget me. I am here.
So the easiest part is to work around the eyes first before you start gluing everything. I kind of just tack brushed it around here. So now that gives me the excess I need to work around the rest of the bandana. So if you're going to do it, start with the eyes and then work them and press them around and add glue as needed. Mine look pretty good. Not absolutely perfect, but I think it looks really good, and I can come back and touch it up later. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Remember, when you're gluing your fabric, to just take a little bit at a time. Just do a section at a time. You don't want to try to do the whole bandana because you're not going to have the work time to really press out the wrinkles and make sure everything's nice and straight. We got him for the most part glued on, but now we need to trim all this excess off. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. I think I might just scissor it off carefully. I might razor blade it off carefully. I'm not really sure. I'm going to play around a little bit and see what looks best starting on the back. And we'll see how it turns out. So far, I'm really, really, really happy with the glue job. But we just need to finish the trim, and I need to get the other portion of the bandana on. That'll be a separate piece. For trimming the bandana excess, I went ahead and went with using some fabric scissors, some fine point fabric scissors, and this just helps keep everything really straight and for me to really get into the crevices to make it look nice and straight. Using a razor blade is not very optimal for this project, so just use some fabric scissors to go around and trim off the excess. Just make sure you do a little bit at a time. Don't rush it. Take your time. This took me well over a half hour, so yeah, take your time if you want it to look nice. We got it all trimmed up, touched up. I think it looks amazing. We still need to do the back of the bandana, but yeah, I did some trimming, a little bit of tweezer work to peel back, glue down, and just do some touch up to make it look good enough. And I think I'm right where I want to be, guys. We need to cut a little bit more fabric for the back of the bandana. Kind of, I'd say, a little over 3 inches in thickness. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. These bandanas were kind of rough. I need to get some drits. It's like, it makes the edges of the fabric harder. I can't remember what it's called exactly. Section. That's going to be the back of our bandana. So for the back of our bandana, I kind of wanted to bulk it up a little bit. Went ahead and just added some Velcro. I don't really want to glue it or anything. I always want to be able to remove this in case I want to make a new one or whatnot. It doesn't need to be permanent, and if I need to touch up paint on here, I can always remove it out of the way. So I just used some adhesive Velcro, and I stuffed this part of the bandana with, it's called polyfill. Polyfill is usually used for like pillows and stuff, or stuffing fabric. So I just stuffed that portion of the bandana, had my wife sew it, and then all I'm going to do is kind of center it and then go ahead and stick it on real good. We are finally finished with the Raphael head, and guys, I am so happy to be done with this. I believe this is the heart and soul of the turtle build, and this was the piece that I was most stressed about because it really is the heart of the build. If this don't look right, everything else is not going to look right. So I'm very happy with it. I think it is very Raph, a little too Raph, as they say. And guys, I couldn't be more pleased. I thank you for sticking around with the build. I'm trying to do a little bit more long form and showing you kind of the techniques, but without going too overboard, so you understand if you were to do this build, you kind of have a better idea of what you need to do. So yeah, I'm really not trying to go the whole TikTok editing route and really cutting the content down. I want you guys to see, especially builders, because that's what this channel is. It is a channel for builders. I want you guys to see the techniques so you can therefore use them and improve upon them, because guys, I don't know it all. A lot of this is just experimenting and trying things, and a lot of this stuff with the bandana was just experimenting. I really didn't know exactly what to do. I just went for it and tried it, and it worked out. Yeah guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate all of you. I can't thank you enough for the ongoing support. And we're on to the next one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.